MyEG Services has come out to clarify that it has not held any meetings with Putrajaya on converging all immigration transactions under the government's National Integrated Immigration System, or NIISC. NIISC, which is currently developed by Iris Corp, will replace the current Malaysian immigration system that the department has been using for about 13 years. In a boss filing, MyEG said that its board will release the necessary announcements in a timely manner to Bursa Malaysia Securities should there be any material information which falls under the main market listing requirements. MyEG was the most actively traded stock on the bourse today, closing the day at 26.7% down at 70 cent, with over 1 billion shares transacted, the lowest it has closed at in more than 2 years. The counter came under selling pressure in morning trade following news reports that the government intends to converge all immigration services and processes, including passport renewals, visa applications and renewals of permits for foreign workers under NIISC by 2025. Immigration DG Datuk Sri Khairul Zaimi Daud was quoted as saying that the Home Ministry had set aside 900 million for the rollout of NIISC in 2 years, and that the new system is expected to be a game changer in terms of efficiency and experience. MyEG shares gapped down on market opening to 65.5 cent, down 30 cent or 31.4% from last Friday's close. Shortly after market open, Bursa Securities suspended short selling of the stock for the rest of the day under proprietary day trading and intraday short selling after the stock dropped more than 15 cent or 15% from its reference price. In stark contrast, shares of Iris jumped, making it the third most actively traded stock on the bourse today, eventually ending Tuesday 32% up at 16.5 cent, with over 263 million shares changing hands. Hartalega Holdings slipped into the red for its third quarter of FY23, reporting a net loss of 31.9 million compared with a net profit of 259 million a year ago. This was due to a significant moderation in average selling prices and lower sales volume, coupled with higher energy and labour costs. CEO Kwan Moon Leong also attributed the weaker numbers to intensified competition in the glove sector, with softer sales demand owing to excess glove inventories and stock adjustment in the supply chain. It also represented the second loss-making quarter for the world's largest nitrile glove maker in 12 months, having recorded a net loss of 197.9 million in the fourth quarter of FY22. Revenue for the quarter fell 54% year-on-year to 461.8 million from 1.01 billion, making it the group's weakest quarterly revenue since the third quarter of FY 2017, where top line came in at 456.3 million ringgit. Kwan said in view of the challenging landscape, the group had taken proactive measures to ensure prudent cost management, enhance operational efficiencies and optimize productivity through automation initiatives. He added that Hartalega will continue to align its next-generation integrated glove manufacturing complex 1.5 expansion plan with current market supply and demand dynamics. MOF Inc. Perbanan Nasional or Pernas today obtained a 46 million ringgit summary judgment from the High Court against Serba Dynamic Holdings Group Managing Director Datuk Dr. Muhammad Abdul Karim Abdullah and 2 former senior executives of Serba Dynamic subsidiaries. The summary judgment was granted by Judge Ong Chi Kwan, who also allowed Pernas to strike out Muhammad Abdul Karim's counterclaim. The summary judgment is where the plaintiff that filed the suit could obtain judgment or decision without going through a trial. The other 2 former executives are Roslan Othman and Rosli Hamad. Roslan and Rosli are the first 2 defendants, while Muhammad Abdul Karim was named as the 3rd defendant. In a statement of claim filed in April last year, the company said it entered an investment agreement and a put option agreement with Roslan and Rosli on January 24, 2018, under which Pernas agreed to purchase 13.5 million Serba Dynamic shares. Under the deal, the parties agreed that should Serba Dynamic shares fall below 3 ringgit per share, Roslan and Rosli would pay Pernas the difference between 3 ringgit and the actual share price it fell to within 7 days after a notice from Pernas. Roslan and Rosli, according to the statement of claim, then inked a supplementary option agreement on June 27, 2019, which stipulated that if the duo failed to buy the shares owned by Pernas, should Pernas exercise its put option, then Muhammad Abdul Karim would be required to complete the acquisition. When Serba Dynamic shares fell in 2021, Pernas started to claim from the duo, but they failed to pay up, and the company company exercised its put option to sell its Serba Dynamic shares to the duo at 46.4 million, but neither Roslan nor Rosli was able to fulfill the agreement. This led Pernas to issue a notice to Muhammad Abdul Karim to buy over the shares, but he similarly failed to honour the guarantee, resulting in the suit. At the same time, the three of them filed their defence, where they claimed that Pernas was negligent in not taking earlier action to mitigate its losses. The Social Security Organisation, or Perkeso, has emerged as Cypark Resources' substantial shareholder after acquiring 42.05 million shares, or a 5.49% stake, via a direct deal. Cypark told Bursa Malaysia that the acquisition was done last Friday, but the transacted price was not disclosed. Perkeso is not the first notable institutional investor that was attracted to Cypark recently. Slightly over a month ago, the renewable energy company announced that Jackal Capital, the investment arm of textile trading and property developer Jackal Group, had emerged as its single largest shareholder with a 27.33% stake after subscribing to a private placement exercise. Cypark shares have seen increasing interest of late, with its share price more than doubling in January alone, resulting in an unusual market activity query from Bursa Malaysia on January 31st. In response, Cypark said the increase in its share price was due to the emergence of Jackal Group's investment arm as the largest shareholder. Last week, the group announced that its wholly owned unit had received the confirmation of feed-in tariff commencement from Sustainable Energy Development Authority to operate a solid waste modular advanced recovery and treatment waste-to-energy plant at Ladang Tanah Merah in Port Dickson. Cypark's counter closed 5 cent or 4.6% lower at RM1.03 on Tuesday, giving it a market capitalization of 796.3 million ringgit. The Real Estate Housing Developers Association Malaysia has expressed concerns over the government's decision to maintain the recalibration fee at RM1,500 under the Labour Recalibration Programme 2.0, saying the amount is too high for businesses. In a statement, REHDA said that the fee is exorbitant for businesses as a high number of workers is utilised in a single project that adds up to a hefty sum that may not be financially viable. This comes after Home Minister Datuk Sri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said on January 27th that the recalibration fee to hire undocumented migrants in Malaysia under the RTK 2.0 will remain at RM1,500 per person. In a statement, REHDA Malaysia President Dato' N.K. Tong said that the program itself should not be used as a source of income by the government, adding that the aim should be to help the industries and the nation's economy recover so that companies can offer more jobs. The association added that the government should continue to assist businesses as costs increase, but commended the abolishment of documentation fees for housing loans. Nevertheless, Tong encourages employers with illegal migrant workers to join the recalibration program to ensure workers' protection, while projects and businesses can resume without issues.